EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Steelers take over first.
So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership. That's what he's trying to accomplish.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time. And it's second down.
Charles, we get a look there at the draft class for this offense. What do you make of it?
Well, overall, I like the balance of the guys that they selected because, to me, they got a few guys who can step in and play right away, which is exactly what you want. But they also drafted for the future as well. They got some guys who might need a year or two on the practice squad, so then we'll find out if they can actually play.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Third play here this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And that is incomplete.
Incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
The Bears take over 1st and 10.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section. What did the columnists write? Possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And the Steeler pressured too much here. He's going down. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Cameron Hayward able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Here comes the Bears punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
40-yard line.
This is Bell. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Eddie Gold.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The kick is no good. The score remains tied, 0-0.
A 55-yard attempt, normally you'd say well within his range. Little surprised he came up short.
And he knew it immediately, didn't he? They are so calibrated, aren't they? They can tell the touch, the feel. When they put the foot to the ball, whether it's going to be good or not, he knew immediately he didn't have that one.
A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
The tackle made by Joe.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Gain on the play. 1st down, Bears.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And the Bears are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They'll run with Montgomery. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears.
Chicago.
Darnell Mooney
there to make the grab. And the Bears have taken the early lead.
Lining up for the extra.
And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown.
fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
5-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Bell.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Check 4, check 4.
On third down, here's Bell. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now a play fake here on first down. Now the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
3-yard pickup. And it's third down.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
And he finds his tight end, Graham. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done. That's a double win there, partner. You keep it out of the return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they'll have it just 5 yards away from pay dirt here, 1st and goal. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Looking to throw. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
good to make it 14-0. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here again comes Juju Smith-Schuster and the Steelers. With them losing here in the second quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I say just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts, one of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march up another 15 against your squad.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Bell, the ball carrier.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he stopped immediately there.
Le'Veon Bell.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends, who you would think could absorb that contact.
So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll look to throw here. The throw taken in by Sims. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A gain of 5. 1st down, Bears.
Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. K.J. Wright. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
He'll drop this one down to Cohen.
And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And we put our focus now on Le'Veon Bell. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense has done a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. Now a pass is taken in by Smith-Schuster. And they're able to get this one across the 35. first down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On first down, Bell. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
On 3rd down, it's Bell, and he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Bell. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. And there to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Gets this to his running back. That's Jalen Samuels. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. I'm going to run you over. I'm open 19.
They'll go back to the ground with Bell. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
2nd and 6. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Intercepted.
When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Open man here, Sims complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
To Stevens.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Third down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. And he will have the Bears first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
And the Bears
fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, and they're going that fast, under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. K1 short with a sack. That's 315 pounds of man right there.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
And Graham's got it over the middle. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Robinson. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. That is caught by Cohen. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw again. And he completes it to Cohen. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. And it's the Vikings who are out in front. Kirk Cousins has fired 3 touchdown passes. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. Dak Prescott lighting it up. He's got 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore and check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Lions. 2 touchdown passes there for Lamar Jackson. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Taken at the 15, a short kick. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than a...
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll contain him to just 4, second down.
At the Steelers' 43-yard line.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Back to throw now on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Graham. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. First down, a run with Cohen. Oh, Cohen lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. It's a big play there for the Steelers. Trailing here in the third, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around, not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Bell. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
15-yard line. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
32-yard attempt.
And that is no good. He pulled it just a bit, just a wee bit wide left. And this score will stay right where it is. The Bears offense ready to get going again. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief, that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A huge play there for Chicago. 47 yards. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back, trying to cover.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll run on 1st down. Bell, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
He's tackled.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Again, it's Bell.
Le'Veon Bell, the ball carrier.
There's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Ebron caught left side. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
46-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. To the right side to Eric Ebron. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Khalil Mack. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Check 13. Check 13. Free. He's coming in. Watch. Hey.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still 3rd down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Let's go. And 58's the mic. Go 58's the mic. 58's mic.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Ball carrier.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
The Bears.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It's a gain of 10.
Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
His throw caught at about the 5. Touchdown, Chicago! Allen Robinson, 32 yards, and the Bears will extend their lead.
Rosas lining up,
turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man wide open, complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. They'll set up a throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Johnson the intended target, but it's going to be second down. You know, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire.
And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 39 yards there, a big one.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Again, he'll drop to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Second and goal.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on second and goal? Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. But now it's third and goal. They'll look to throw again. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. On those slants, everything happens so quickly.
Chris Boswell on for the point after.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts.
Makes the score.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Chris Boswell.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. A fairly short kick from the 14. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Back out onto the field comes Allen Robinson. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. On first down. It's Montgomery, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up second and 12 at the 42-yard line.
Here we go on second and 12. The throw taken in by Sims. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The Bears on third down. They've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. This is third and 8. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And those numbers, they kind of tell the story of his game so far. Started off not so hot. Now he's really heated up.
And remember, he signed up for duty as the guy who leads the team, right? The field general, the signal caller. So when things go rocky early, he can't just exit out and ask someone else to pick things up. He's got to do it himself, and that's what he's done here in this game.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep. It's caught at the 10. And all the way down to the 7-yard line.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 43 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Chase Claypool, the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. He'll drop to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Bears will get the football back. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of... our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And Sims lost it. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers.
The ball carried by the wide receiver. fumble on the
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
At the 21-yard line.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
That's good for a Pittsburgh.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
The quick slant caught. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. It's their quarterback, making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. So he's able to sneak it in, and credit to the guys up front.
Oh, without a doubt, because they have the leverage on this play. We always talk about low man wins and one-on-one battles. That's exactly what happened there. Their offensive line lower than the defensive front.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. A fairly short kick from the 14. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
2nd and 1 at the 41-yard line.
They try again with Cohen. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Well, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Give him 2 on the play there, and that leads to a Chicago 1st down.
And the Bears 1st down.
On the carry, it's Montgomery. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts.
1 yard.
As they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they will take a knee here. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. And they'll indeed take a knee. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on third and long. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1.
I do get a kick out of seeing a team kneel down at the end of the game in victory formation and wrap one up, because most of the time a kneel down is not a good thing in football. In this case, it's the best thing for the team that's winning.
Best thing, Week 1, and 1-0 after going down to that knee. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Chicago, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
T-Rag got me.
Hit boy on the beat, so you gotta go berserk.
Okay. Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a fold. One to keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes. You know the ones that want to keep you where you've been before. But I can't go, no, I can't go. And whoa, sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. You change name, how about your respect? Give them more than what I get, expecting at the back. In fact, you know, I sat down with my accountant, he said I got good news and I got bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more. Okay, look, sometimes you need to know your worth, sometimes you need to wait. Shoot like the golden boy, but in front of the bay, you can't negotiate with Drake.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Jugging on the main stage, with the mainframe, loosen up your face, baby. Sometimes I need a vacate, meditate, hydrate, protect my energy before engagement.
Grew up having nothing, you're labeled impatient. But once the boss made it, you're labeled amazing. Meticulous with words, such a force of nature. Boss. I don't wanna seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, way from Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle pockets, LIDs. Distinctive destinations, all I wanna see. Oceanfront residences, 3 different ones a week. Cause I deserve that, it's time to learn that. Mess around and put that thing up where your permit. 6 figures every year, yeah, I earn that. At the front of this line is where my turn at.
Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a fool. Oh. Men gon' lie, women gon' lie. You're looking for the truth and the numbers don't hide. Looking for the root of all evil, then you need to go open up the briefcase, see with your eyes. Everybody claim to be greatest of all times, but they never spend a day in the rain in the front line. No lie. Stop playing on my phone line. Pull up in the space coupe with the roof. Wonder why they follow suit. I've been groomed from the womb. Came out of my mama with some running tennis shoes. Faster than the speeding bullet.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
She-Rag got me.
Hit boy on the piece of you gotta go berserk.
Okay. Ones that lend their hand and want to see.